people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 25 of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last time, we were about to receive a full acquittal for McGilded. However, it was then revealed by Lord Barack that basically McGilded forged evidence at some point, basically tampered with the omnibus. He tampered with Barack Van Zeek's kick-ass omnibus, which greatly troubled him, prompting half of the jury to basically rescind their acquittals, and now we're going to hear his cross-examination. And I am frankly feeling much better in this recording, because after the last episode I took a little nap, and I feel refreshed. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. He did the exact same thing you did, Ryunosuke! He did exactly what you did, only in a more efficient manner. He didn't have to question anyone, he just had to bring up, the evidence was forged. The evidence has been modified to a malicious intent. And then boom, just half the jury rescinds their acquittals. What the girl saw. So I snuck inside the carriage. Oh, right, yeah, I already read that. So, you were already on the omnibus before it even set out its run. Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a Joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, innit? I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the flares and all. Yeah, I just love that smug McGilded expression in that text box. He knows what's up. Four paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabin man testified. And one little scapegrace did Ryan for free. The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment. What are you, like my Nipponese friend here, weaseling your way into storage containers and wardrobes? Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all that stuff out so I could idle under the seat. That's all I can tell ya. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue. I love how just McGilded is just standing here menacingly while it's happening. He's just standing there, enjoying the show. So, does anyone have any popcorn I could eat? I like my popcorn. I like it with extra butter. Hold it! A waste of time. Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on me own in the God permit, at least some of the time. I beg your pardon, did you say God permits? Oh yeah, well, that's what my kind call it. You'd say the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it, only that night. This cove was sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch, I was totally stuck. Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah. Right, mister. To be sure. I was kind of shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Yeah, just McGilded staring off at the camera. So you couldn't see out of your into the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushions up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. Whose twiddle I shall fiddle. Oh my gosh. I fiddle all the twiddles. Oh my, I have to stop. I have to stop. I have to stop this. Really, that's not nice. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can't have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers play themselves opposite. But for some reason, that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out. I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide when in them carriages. So it's Obson's choice. Why does she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I say there's some reason that she's not laying on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it. Okay. Hold it! Yeah, let's do this. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream, involuntarily. And, am I recording? Am I recording? Okay, good, I am recording. Good, good. That's right, and then I felt the cushion over me head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes? Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood so in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at the crucial moment? Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke while... the Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. I swear, this British slang is just destroying me. That matches Mr. McGilded's account, of course. But then, the fellow suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I snuck back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. Hold it! And when Mr. McGilded discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason? Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Ah, how awful. Both me hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGilded for a while. Is that correct? He asked me for some stuff. Wanted to know me name and what I was up to and all that. Then I heard something from above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume. Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. When the horses were drawn up smartish and this here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you get away later." All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that they are all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we could clinch the victory we want. Yes, I think you're right, and I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Okay, just gotta look around. What am I missing, though? Okay. Okay, what am I missing, though? What am I missing, though? Really, I am just not doing well. Okay. Okay. Yes, waste of time. Blind. Pitch dark. Loud bang.
Hold it!
Yeah, I'm pressing this one more time, just to see what it was. Okay. Yeah, we're basically... She's saying that it's from the roof. So... Let's basically go back. I think this is the one. Okay, that's not it. I'm guessing the omnibus. Okay, let's present the omnibus, see if this does it. Nope, the omnibus failed us. Let's just consider the implication of that statement for a moment, shall we?
What implications, Counsel? Nothing strikes me about it.
Exactly. There's nothing striking about it.
What does strike me is your prosperity for the inane, however.
I need to clear my head and come at this again from a different angle. What am I missing, though? Okay. No. Sorry, wrong button. Yeah, I'm thinking. Troubles at night. What evidence, though? Blood on the glove. What am I missing, though? What am I missing? I swear, this is going to be the episode, isn't it? Just me struggling with this one piece of cross-examination. Okay. Okay, my guess is that it's maybe the roof. Okay, presents.
Objection.
No! This reveals a damning inconsistency. That last statement.
Damning, you say? As I look at you, Counsel, I see your trembling head, your paled expression, and your perspiring brow.
Huh?
It seems to me that is the damning inconsistency here, with the misplaced comments of your assertion.
He has a damning tongue.
You invited, sir.
Okay, screw this. Okay. I am going to consider doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let's see them. Let's see. Okay. Okay. What is the story doing this? I'm just showing off story mode to see what it does. From what I know, it's basically just, oh hey, the game will play itself. But frankly, I want to just see what's going on because I'm legitimately stuck at this moment. Just really, what's going on? Because my guess is that it's something to do with the roof of the. It has basically to do with the ground. Yeah, I'll turn story mode off right after this. I know, I'm lame.
Hold it!
Okay. Really, what is going on? I swear. So, what's happening? I trust the statement already. Why are they doing this? What is the point of this? Oh, I swear, I am just a train wreck today. Oh,
Well, no.
what? Oh, what now? They're doing something? I turn on story mode, it's like, oh, hey, CzarThwomp can't do story mode. I swear! Now they give freaking this guy his line? What is wrong with you, McGilded? That is alright, CzarThwomp. I wanted to mess with your head. That is why I decided not to perk up until now. I think I would have seen the freaking bubbles. I would have seen the thought bubbles. I swear. Pursue. Yeah, make me screw up twice, McGilded. Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Council? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made me something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, sharp in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see, yes. I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm so scared of the dark now. I don't know about yourself, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem so much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does. Maybe. Miss Lestrade! Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. But Jeebus, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, ye little scamp. What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a whole new clue. Yes. What should we make of that last statement of hers? It's profoundly important. My lord! I believe that statement just made the witness is... That statement just made by the witness is profoundly important.
Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing.
Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind, Council. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
What? Supplement? What you going on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
Yes, that snarky remark. Apollo felt it. Oh!
Polly, what's wrong, Polly? Why are you freaking out like that, Polly? Why are you gripping your head?
Oh, I don't know, Trucy. It's just I felt that some ripple across time and space. So, the ultimate snarky comment.
Okay. I am just trying to see what's going on here. Yeah, I'll press this first. So, you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself.
Not exactly, no.
Sorry?
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. I swear. But then, when I saw the swell getting on, I got me head down so he didn't notice me.
And Mr. McGilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah! Would you, Adam and Eve it, eh? What a mug! So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to the market, snoring like an old dog he was.
Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? It doesn't add up. Because when would the victim have gotten on the omnibus? Miss Lestrade, what you just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. And CzarThwomp cannot speak to save his life tonight.
Ah!
At odds? Oh, are you sure, man?
Absolutely.
It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
So Van Zieks realized it too.
Counsel! I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilded snoring. But think, Ryanosuke, think. There's something else she should have heard. Show of person. Well, my lord, allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person.
Take that!
Thrice-fried Mason?
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Order! Order! Explain your reason, counsel!
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is this correct?
Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person aboard the omnibus was Mr. McGilded. That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with her or anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
And from what we've learned, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its journey onwards. During that time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for the swell to leave.
In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? Oh! We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts.
Ah!
Yes, this petty thief statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zieks.
Yes! He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement.
It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about?
You had demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are utterly unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
Yeah, I'm not reading these lines. I don't know who's speaking. I don't know who's saying exactly what. Yeah, old lady, she's already decided. Ah! She didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
And neither can I. Mr. Foreman, I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
Ah! Mr. Naruto, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To these considerable troubles you have spared me. Yes, very refreshing. Oh, but the only thing that would make it even more refreshing, though, would be your tears. So please, my Nipponese friend, Cry into my glass and flavor it with your exotic essence.
Ah! Gah! Why ye playing it? Have ye forgotten who you're working for? Ye useless Eastern Amadan! This is carnage! It's perfect! It's arousing me so! Oh yes! I am so getting turned on by this! I swear, just this guy belongs on a poster! Jury number 2 is the only one left.
Mr. Naruto, the way this is going...
I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilded's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. I very much want to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Hold it!
Yeah, I'll make this a slightly longer episode. Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case.
What are you saying?
Counsel! I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prolong my
I can't read tonight!
adjudication.
Adjudication! Adjudication! I swear, I can't speak to save my life tonight!
Explain yourself at once. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, then how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. There was another entrant. I'm saving. Save the game. Okay. Because basically we're going to be proposing that basically he fell through the roof. Okay. Yes, he was put there after he died. Because he was thrown in through the skylight. Obviously, the victim must have been placed in the carriage after he was killed.
Tell me, my learned friend, what was the function of that obviously in your last sentence? Well said, Lord Venzix. The obviously is troubling me also.
No! That's really not the point. The point is that the victim must have been moved into the carriage afterwards.
Then answer me this. How could a cadaver have been placed inside a moving caravan?
Tossed into the window. Well, obviously,
I shall have to penalize the defense heavily for this irrelevant rambling.
I must learn to ramble more relevantly.
The penalty is evidently not heavy enough, judging by those knee-ponies' eyes. So I ask again. If the spade these words are to be...
Yes. I know about the skylight. There's another entrance. If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the closed cabin some other way.
I wondered what new fantasies would already...
Okay. Yeah.
I wonder what new fantasies you'd come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly be opened. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
But there could be. There's only one possibility you haven't considered.
Whoa, really?
Yes, one other way inside that isn't a door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here's the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim enter the cabin?
Take that!
The roof, the skylight. The answer's obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
I say, the skylight?
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection!
CzarThwomp can't read.
The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim! But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle brain theory?
Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor.
Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with the dagger.
Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact.
Good gracious!
Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. I need more than one bottle shot of my wine. That's simply impossible!
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say. The bastards on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony.
Well, yes, that's true, but Moida humble fella, make a wee comment here. Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified before said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But, it seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not so much a case of them not saying, but them doing. It is a case of them being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas, do be having some of a compelling reason not to mention, what happened. Would you not agree? Fine, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof?
Sorry. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were...
Ah!
Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? I may look like Jack the Ripper, but I know of killing people!
You rotter! He said you rotter! What are you insinuating?
This is a flaming outrage! I have a good mind to give you a blink eye in a minute!
He'll give you a shine in a minute, he said, and so will I!
Mr. Fairplay,
You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker,
And me, a very angry hatter, the Mad Hatter,
suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace! It's scandalous! I protest with the strongest possible terms!
That's right, I protest too, about you rotten scoundrel!
oh yeah, keep on, you invisible little horsey. You think I'm scared of you? I'll whoop your ass, you little simp. Oh yes, that's right, I know about your bathwater habits. You think that I don't know about all the money you took out to buy that bathwater? Who lent you the bathwater money? That's right, it was me, McGilded. And frankly, I don't care what you spend my money on. But frankly, for you to go out saying you're gonna kick my ass over after you borrowed money from me to buy your bathwater from the girls, I say that you, sir, are pathetic.
Order, order, order! This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once.
But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zieks. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. This hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events.
You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have initiated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. And so this was the day the Earth stood still. This was the day that Phoenix's family line learned about baseless accusations. The shocker around the world. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought.
What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify!
I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. I just love the testimony.
What's happening, Mr. Rubio?
The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. They want to testify.
Mr. Verble and Mr. First. My lord. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought upon by the defense.
Yes, my lord.
I didn't come here for this. I came here to meet some nice ladies.
I'm not afraid of death. You think I fear the Reaper? I see the Reaper. I throw a penny at him, and I say, take off your shirt, Reaper. Take off your shirt, Mr. Reaper. The Reaper isn't even worth 1 guinea. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Refuting the accusation. We were the only 2 people up on that roof deck. Dead or alive, I can swear to that.
If anything had happened while we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed?
In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had absolutely no reason to kill the man.
The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
I must say that on listening to this testimony, it's somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith.
That's right, you see?
We're innocent, I tell you.
Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the 2 of you are in collusion with one another. What?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the 2 witnesses share no commandeerings, so says my parchment paper.
Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. The coppers are made rich by the stinking rich.
Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy?
Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please.
Oh yes, my lord. Yeah, we'll get through this cross-examination, then we'll end it off. Compensate for the last one.
We were the only...
Oh yes, I already read that. Oh, I swear, I'm sorry for the train wreck that was this episode. I swear. So at the time, did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not. Dickens!
No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the closed cabin talking with this man here. And let me show you on the door where he touched him.
I swear, just that accusatory face. It's like first saw him molesting the victim. I can show you exactly where on this doll, this featureless doll, the man was touched.
Is this true, Mr. McGilded?
Dear me, my lord. Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you engaged in. Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? Ah! 'Tis all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Ah! I saw you with my own eyes! This is going well. Okay, next one.
Hold it!
Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark, perhaps too dark to see clearly. It is! Is it some kind of lock?
Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what it is?
Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly? Are you bad dinkum, sir?
Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you.
Oh, my throat. I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. Ah, my hand. And if you did magic, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme.
It was extreme, I tell you. And we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gentleman unlocked and let me in when I knocked.
I'm dreadfully sorry about the young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies, and I didn't hear ye at all.
That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone.
Now, 'twas a cold night, so it was. I was talking to the voices in me head. People do seeing things when they're real cold. 'Tis hardly surprising.
Seeing things.
I swear my throat.
I believe we reached an impasse here on this particular point.
You!
Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competitions what capitalist societies are all about.
This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really.
Next one.
Hold it!
So you had never met Mr. Tri-Stride Mason before? Oh, Loom, no. Not once, never.
He never let the man before, he said. Never.
And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either.
That's right, sir. Hatters don't have so much in common with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest.
But what if the brickmaker's wearing a hat?
No, I imagine not.
You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us had the remotest connection to the gentleman in the cabin.
Excuse me.
Mr. McGilded. Yes, counsel. What can I be doing for ye? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remote connection? Is that right now? I wonder. Now, anyways, CzarThwomp is going to be ending the episode off now. Okay, anyways, I think that would be a good time to end this train wreck of an episode. Anyways, I really appreciate that you took around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like the video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do everything you want with us. See you next time. Bye.